Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back once again. Friends, today's story, which is going to be explained, it belongs to a young couple who, on an inhabited island for vacation, to go where no human being exists. No, to put it plainly, that Siren is completely deserted and such an island. Inhabitant or remote island is called. At the beginning, we are told that the story is based on a true incident which happened only a few years ago, after which let's look at Beth and Carrie, who still have some. He got married the day before his honeymoon. Came here to this island for which people, also known as Coral Beach Witch. We will know further what is the reason behind it. And he left them here and went back. But while leaving, he tells them that if he ever has an emergency, he's using this satellite phone you can call before the day, but Carrie says that if he has come here for 10 days, so why would he go before that, i.e., we are going to have a lot of fun here because now for 10 days no one is here except them. He is going to own this entire island. After some time, both of them went swimming. Carry all these things with you. Was recording with my camera and all. Both were capturing good memories. After swimming, they come out and start getting intimate. When his eyes open, he sees that someone's footprints pass through their side, are passing, which are very small in size. He picks up the Carrie and then both is chasing them into the forest. But after going there, the footprints disappeared, which was quite strange, because there is someone here besides them. No, both of them think for a while and then ignore. Let's concentrate on our honeymoon, because they have very little time left anyway. Beth had to find a good spot but they could fire bonfires and do it well. Can spend the night and collect wood in the forest. When he goes to search, he finds something. Bones are found which cannot be guessed by looking at. It can be determined whether it belongs to a human being or... Then I heard some sound of some animal. Gives when he turns back there. There was no one, so he started chopping wood. Comes back with it and starts setting up the tent. Carrie helps him do everything. She was recording, but then Beda told her. When he tells me about the bones, she says, that bonus was so big, but here, there is no animal so big, and no, that bird bone is not here at all. Both were thinking about this for some time. But then I want to talk about something else. Looks like they ignore him. Now the sun is setting, it was already dark. Both of them go to sleep. There was some movement in the camp in the middle of the night. Is heard when Babe looks outside. If he doesn't see anything again, then he will carry it. He says that perhaps this sound is due to the wind. It is coming from the leaves, that is why it is made of gold. Go away, and once again in the night, the same sound comes again, but so that seems to be probably the leaves. That's why they sleep oblivious now when in the morning. Carry him when he is swimming. It makes noise and shows that someone hung her undergarments on a tree. How can this be? Because apart from them, there's no one here to care about. Hearing this, Bed probably goes to the forest and checks. Someone really lived here before them, who is doing this prank on them, but even after searching for a long time, they found nothing. They don't get it, that's why they come back, and then both of them would go fishing, where Beth narrowly escapes death. It's because he's going to step on a starfish, whose sting if he becomes silent, then he will be 30. Carrie said that she would be killed within minutes. Had read in the book, now both of them should be careful while fishing. But when they come out, it's the sound of someone crying from the forest behind you. Looks like someone is in a lot of trouble now. Both of them follow that voice, and then they see a cabin ahead which, it was locked and looked very old. Was his because his condition was very serious. Was feeling tired. Now Bade opens his gate, and both of them go inside where a bed is found on which someone was probably lying. At some point, Carrie goes out, but Beth goes further inside where he got a room which was too small. Someone made a lot of lines on his wall. Maybe he was counting his days here, or kept someone imprisoned here. Then Bade's eyes fall on a craft, in which a girl holds a spear in her hand. She was cutting some man's genetic material, and there are so many crafts made there. Then a rat comes out, which scares Beth very much. I get scared when I hear Carrie's voice from outside. When she comes, he goes out and looks there. Someone was buried, his name was Coral. Both of them start thinking after seeing this. Whose grave could this be? And this girl is here. But the bigger question was, how did it reach there? The question is, what happened to them? You don't get answers, but after a while I will find out something very scary. Now both of them come near their tent, and Carrie starts watching her recording. Enjoys a lot, but suddenly her laughter disappears. Something very strange. Looks at someone after he sleeps. Had recorded their private videos. That too from his own camera. Seeing this, Carrie, she is very scared and thinks of leaving here. She does, but Beth explains to her that it's nothing, maybe it's a kid's prank, or whoever came here first, but Then he might have gone away, but this island, it's deserted. There's someone else here besides them. No, how will a child come but Beth Carey? Improves mood and makes one forget all this. Now both of them have a makeover like tribals. They do it and start playing. They play and play. Reach the same cabin again. Which was very strange because till yesterday the cabin was at some other place and today at some other place. But both of them, I just talked about this. Didn't notice, now both of them turned away from there. Go and continue your game. Then suddenly Beth heard the sound of a boot. When he comes to the beach and looks there, two people were killing sharks with guns. Ignore them and come back to your tent. He goes, he doesn't feel like being here. He feels that maybe here besides them, there is someone else present who is hiding from them. He is joking and she gets tensed. This is the story, and it moves forward after both of them eat food. Go to sleep, but friends, someone was crying again. Who is this? I sit down to cry at midnight to find out. Bede goes out and finds Carrie there. Asks to stay, but he's afraid alone. That's why she also followed him. She goes again and reaches the same cabin. Goes where when the gate is open they find something. Can't even see it, but there they have a book. Looks like it was open. I was wondering if someone might be reading this a while back. When Carrie looks outside she sees it there. But there is a stone lying near Coral's grave. It's visible, and this grave is already much. Both of them feel that it was in good condition. That maybe those two guys who were sharks that day, they are beating it. They must have come and fixed it. And this cabin will also probably belong to him today. Both of them sleep outside because they have to sleep outside. It looks like maybe someone is keeping an eye on them. That's why today he wanted to catch her red-handed. But the whole night passes and it doesn't happen. But when the next morning comes, Carrie sees that someone has eaten jellyfish. He has been beaten and hanged on his side, and he carried too badly by seeing this. She gets very scared and says that now if you want to go from here please, then even Bed would agree, and asks him to bring a satellite phone. But he was missing, so they think. Perhaps the same two men had called his phone. They go to those who. We were staying there a short distance away. Goes and tries to talk to them, but he did not know English. Somehow he also tried to ask for help from them. One of the men says hold on to Carrie. Takes it and starts misbehaving with her, which leads to a fight between Beth and him, from which Carrie is freed and taken from there. Now both of them were sure that he is the one who stole his phone. That's why he checked their belongings after they leave. I do it slowly, but that phone is not there. That's why Beth says that now I get there, I will have to go on a boat. There I will meet Jackson. I will try to contact you here. But stay when everything is quiet. Then he slowly goes to their board and there tries to call for help over the radio. But there is no benefit. That's why those guys there, they come who beat Bate and make him unconscious. And we would have captured Carrie also at night. He is the one who molests Carrie. They had also tied up Beth nearby. But he couldn't do anything. He was so helpless. Sound of someone walking in the forest late. Here comes both men think that maybe someone is watching them. That's why. Chase him and take advantage of this. Bade frees himself and carries with him. After this, they also started firing bullets. The sound comes when they go closer and see that one of the same two men there. The man is injured, and another man helps him in his boat, after which they leave. Now seeing this, Carrie is very happy, because she was very scared because of these two. After this, they both come and sleep. Next day, when Carrie collects the blood of that injured person, following the trail to that cabin, when he reaches there, he finds the same book open, with which she comes out and reads. We'll start there shortly. Bade also comes to whom she tells everything that he had read in that book. So friends, actually this book was written by a man named Jin, who told that there is a place named Coral. Girl lives one day, she is poisoned by someone. The snake bit him so that he would die. But in the meantime, she was met by some man to meet on this island from whom she will ask for help. But those men accepted his compulsion, took advantage, and everyone together did wrong to him, did work that led to his death. Later they buried his body here, gave but no salvation to Coral's soul. I found her and started roaming around as a soul, the first to grow on the entire island. Saw it, and that's why he wrote this book. This book also lived in this cabin. It was written that from the time till today, whatever, everyone who has come to the island has been killed by Coral. And this is the reality, but it is true that. I start laughing after knowing this because in one mind, the story seems wrong. That's why it's there. Comes to the beach to listen to music from, and Bate collects some stones and coral, brings it and keeps it on the grave. During this time, someone inside the cabin again. There is a sound of crying, hearing which she goes inside, and there is Beth listening to the music. If he is there, then we are looking for someone behind him. Look at the shadow when it turns back. By then he had disappeared, whatever. Carrie was present there after this in the night. Says again that she really feels. That's why Coral's spirit is roaming here. They have to do something, but it's time. Making fun of the matter, he says that if it is true, then that soul is there for all those who come here. If she kills innocent people, then we. Why is Carrie still alive? The question remains unanswered for now, but the answer to this question will come in a few days. Well, we will meet at night when both of them sleep. Only then do we see that there. The soul of a human being is really roaming around. We can only see a faint glimpse of it. Bait also gets up, but like every time, he doesn't see anything there but someone who can't see past them. All this has been going on for 7 days, due to which Carrie is very upset with her. Honeymoon has now turned into a horror moon. I have to go home somehow because that's why nothing seems right here. She sees a plane passing through the sky. It means that planes come and go here. That's why we live. That fire is there to give a signal. Start preparing to burn, but only then. He heard the sound of the satellite phone ringing, which comes not from anywhere else, but from the same. That gate was coming from inside the cabin. He opens it and sees that the phone is still there. He picks her up and says hello. But there is a sound of a girl screaming from there. It seemed as if someone was coming towards him. You are doing very bad things to me now because of bad fear. Mayor throws the phone so that it breaks. But friends, those broken phones. I get a call again, and this time no one. The numbers don't show, but now I am very sad to see all this. He was scared and started crying, but then seeing a girl standing in front of him. The one who had the knife in his hand is none other than him. Rather, it was Coral. Without wasting time, she used the same knife. Kills him very brutally. That means whatever is written in that book. It was absolutely true that Bede died here, but Carrie doesn't know anything yet, but when it's too late, they try to find him. She goes inside, but doesn't see Bed anywhere. Wasn't giving up, kept searching like this all night long. Then Carrie notices that Coral, because blood is dripping on the grave. Someone hung Beth's body up there. She gets very scared after seeing this, and faints when his eyes open in the morning. When it opens, she finds herself on the same side of the grave. I find myself lying there, but everyone is still there. Something is normal. There is no dead body there, and nor is there any blood, but let him go from here now. At any cost, that's why he's running. Comes out and lights a fire to signal. And meanwhile his eyes were fixed on the grave nearby. Falls on a pit on the side of which there was a grave which probably belonged to Bede, and there was an empty grapple on the side which probably now. Seeing that it would be for Carrie, she started running away. And lights a fire while away. The man appears to be actually on water. That person standing was not a human but a coral. When she turns back, Beth steps on a starfish which What happens after she bites? You knew that's why Carrie is faster now. Sam starts crying the same way she does every time. Every day there was a sound of Coral crying and all this. Coral standing in the distance is watching, and half an hour passes in no time. Carrie, remembering all those moments spent on silent. She does it and starts crying, and then her also dies. Now 10 days pass, and Jackson delivered them as per his promise. He comes to collect their belongings. So it is available, but it is not visible anywhere. Give, and that is why to find both. Goes inside where he is also in the same cabin. Enters where Jackson gets the same book. Then he sees that behind him, Carrie is standing, and the next moment Jackson too. Now Carrie's soul disappears. We'll also wander here like Coral in the end. We see that both Coral and Bedell grave is made with because Carrie is the one who understood her pain and that day a stone was brought and placed on his grave. Rather, she was killed due to her own fault, due to the bite of the same starfish witch. Also, this story would have ended here. Hello, how did you like the story? Comment below. Please do let me know. See you in the next video. Grinding in. Salt.